It's all right to be afraid. Have faith. He will protect his children. When it happens, run.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I am so thrilled to meet you because one of my all-time favorite films is Days of Confused.
Oh, great.
The movie is my childhood in the 70s. I mean, I just that
Nice.
movie means so much to me. And when I get
Oh,
to meet someone who was in those films, so I'm just thrilled.
oh, man, yeah. Well, it's that film was like the thrill of my life. So yeah, thanks.
Well, congratulations on the Exorcism. I guess the devil's gone Hollywood, right?
or Hollywood's gone the devil. I'm not sure which.
It works both ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the Georgetown Project. You play a director, and tell us about the movie he's in charge of.
Right. So, I play a director who's directing a film that's, basically kind of a reboot of The Exorcist, which is interesting, because Josh, the actual director of this film, or co-writer and director, his dad was in the Exorcist, and so there's a lot of kind of levels on which this film sort of operates, depending how deep you want to dig. But yeah, my character is one of those guys who's trying to sort of mine his lead characters, his lead actor's personal life for everything it's worth in order to get a performance out of him, and doing it at the cost of not, I guess, not only his sanity, but really the livelihoods of everyone around the set.
Well, playing a director in this film, who are you channeling? I got a little Stanley Tucci and a little Martin Scorsese out of you, I thought, in that performance.
Uh, Yeah, interesting. Scorsese, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I wasn't, I wasn't consciously channeling, any one particular person or filmmaker. I mean, I've certainly had, probably experiences working with people over the course of the last, however many years that have been, you know, uh, not all great, if not maybe even toxic here and there. I don't know that there's any one particular filmmaker or director I've observed who possesses, quite the banality of evil that this guy does. But I do think that there was something that you know, sort of cathartic about being able to sort of just take the lid off of, um, your most toxic megalomaniacal aspects of your own personality. I think that's why a lot of us act, is getting to sort of have the opportunity to express things, without any of the consequences. And in a weird way, maybe I got to do and say everything that, I always wanted to do and say without having to then deal with any of the repercussions. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because you direct Russell Crowe in the movie, but then you also act with Russell Crowe, kind of a double-edged thing there. And that
Right.
scene where you told him about the motivation, where you get right up to his face, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but um, working with Russell, Russell had reached out to me to ask me to do this part, and so it was sort of like, that's what I was there to do. I mean, that was my gig, was to tear Russell down, and it was a pleasure, and it was easy because Russell's a great actor, and if somebody's there and they're available and they're emotionally available and they're giving you an honest portrayal of a character, your job, is easy. And I hope it was for Russell in return, because it's when you're, I think, working, with people who aren't necessarily, sometimes you're just not in sync, and there's nothing anybody can do about that. But playing with Russell was a lot like, sparring with Russell, or playing tennis with Russell, or hanging out with Russell, which I always do a lot of when we're working together. And in many ways, it was just kind of, it was easy. I mean, what's hard is when somebody doesn't give back, or someone isn't in the moment, or someone isn't actually present. That's where it gets hard.
Well, congratulations. Complicated film, works on so many different levels. And I appreciate your time today, and it was a
All
thrill
right,
meeting.
man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care.